state what he said.
Jeremiah Wright said we deserve 9/11. Jeremiah Wright said the USA is KKKA. You want more, Al? You're defending those remarks, Al? Are you defending those remarks, Al?
Now may I finish? I disagree with anyone attacking 9/11. I lived in New York at the time, took anything from that. I disagree with anyone castigating that. But I also disagree when somebody said something against all white people and can't say what they said. Talking about what you said does not answer the charge you made. And I think that's the danger of getting away from the issue, because we just start making it up. And I think that is unfair to Obama or Clinton when we make statements that are patently.
Let me move on to something else.
I don't want to be confused on this issue, Steve. I want you to just take a moment and explain how Barack Obama has to be responsible for this pastor's comments, because when he said GD America, he was talking about the plight of African Americans in this country and how it
He brought up Hiroshima and Nagasaki. How is that the plight of black America?
No, wait a minute.
He brought up the Palestinians. How is that the plight
of the
What are you talking about, Ed?
Well, Al's right. You do interrupt a lot.
Maybe that's why
You talking, Steve, you bring us all together. Great unifying.
Get this. What are you following up on something? No, I'm asking you. Okay. He was talking about the plight of African Americans in this country. I listened to the entire speech. Okay?
So when he says,
I'm not condoning what he said was the right thing, but I do understand the context in which he was saying it. And he has a habit of talking to the black folk of America and how they have to rise above all the challenges.
He said
that was the context in which he said it.
He
didn't say, God damn the Constitution of the United States.
No, he said not God bless America, GD America.
It's got to be anointed words. It can't be freedom of speech, right?
No, I do want to hear the answer. Talk on the left, don't they? What he said was, in that part of what we're talking about with Reverend Wright, he brought up Hiroshima and Nagasaki. He brought up that we condone a genocide against the Palestinians, against South Africans. And then he said, and when we're hit, we express outrage and we wonder why. In other words, he's trashing this nation. He's saying we have a history leading up to it and we deserve it. How does that relate to black America?
No mistakes. We as a country have made no mistakes. Going into Iraq was the absolute
right
thing to do.
Just say you agree.
And there are people in this country, if you do your history checking, that there was a great debate within our society as to whether we should have nuked Japan or not.
Thank God we did.
I'm glad we did too. It was the right call. But there was a debate about whether it was the right thing to do or not.
You guys have all... Can we get back to the point of Obama for a second? Because the issue here was not so much what Wright said, because I think, well, with a few exceptions, the vast majority of us have found the things that he has said to be very offensive and objectionable. The problem here is that Barack Obama has sat in a pew for 20 years and has trotted him out as his inspiration, placed him on committees. This is the man he looks to for all sorts of spiritual guidance. If anyone else walked into a church and heard this sort of crap every single week for 20 years and then said, I'm going to bring my daughters here, I want them to be baptized here, we would think they were nuts. If I walked into a synagogue every day or every week for 20 years and heard somebody trashing other people, other members of this country itself, I would make the decision to leave. Now Barack Obama wants the free pass and says, well, you know, I've been there every week for 20 years, I've heard all this nonsense, but I don't really believe it. And some of it I believe, but not all of it, and please give me a pass on this. And I'm sorry, he has to take some responsibility for making the decision to be there and to subject his daughters to it.
Thank you, Steve. George, I think it's time to bring the hookers in to break the tension. Who needs some 7 diamond tricks? Anybody? This is, what's happened?
Well, since you brought up, let me ask you a question about that.
As a New Yorker, I'm offended by that.
What's your theory, Stephanie? Let's go to Spitzer for a second. What's your theory? This is a guy.